First, first we will be creating one folder called basics. Here we will be studying all the basics topics that comes in Python. In basics, I will be creating another file called variables.py. Py.py is an extension used for Python files. Here you will be writing our first program. To write, I will be using print of in double quotes. I will be writing hello world. To execute this program, let's go to terminal and here the hello world is printed. We'll be writing the hello world in double quotes so that the interpreter will consider that as a string. Why it's considered as a string, not an integer? For that, we'll be discussing a topic called variables. Here, I will be writing like a equals 10. Here, a is a variable name and 10 is the value assigned to that variable. First thing, if you want to know about the variable, is that variable is a name given to the memory address. Okay, variable does not store any kind of data. It's just used to represent the data, memory location of that data. Like in your kitchen, you will be having lots of jar, and for those jar, there will be a label to that. If you consider steel jars, you will be given name to each jars like this is salt, this is sugar, this is coffee powder, like that. Here, that label doesn't hold the content. It just represents the jar, like which jar is holding which one. Like that only variables work. Here A equal, if I write B equals in a string hello, here B holds the memory, B represents to the memory location of hello is story. Okay. In Python, you don't have to explicitly mention the type of data. Since the Python is dynamically typed during the interpretation, the interpreter automatically decides the type of data. So to write a variable's name, we will be using identifiers. What you mean by identifier means identifiers are the names used in the program which will identify uh, variables, classes, objects, functions, etc. Like there to write the identifier name, there will be some major rules that we need to follow. Like in those rules, the first rule is the identifiers can be alphanumeric. What do you mean by alphanumeric? Alphanumeric is nothing but mixture of alphabets and numerics, like x1 is equal to 100, x2 is equal to 100, like that we can do. And second rule is it shouldn't start with number. Like the identifier name should not be starting with number, like 1 equals to 100, like that. And the third rule is special characters are not allowed except underscores. During during variable declaration, you should not use any special characters except underscore. And the fourth rule is keywords are not allowed in Python. Like Python has some keywords like if, for, def. Those keywords shouldn't be used as a variable's name. And if I go to examples, it can be alphanumeric, like x1 is equal to 100, x2 is equal to 200, like that we can declare a variable name. And it shouldn't start with numbers. Like all variables name should not be starting with numbers like 1 equals to or 1x is equal to 200, 2x is equal to 300. You shouldn't be starting like that. If you write like that, the interpreter treat it like an error. And the third one is special characters are not allowed except underscores. Like in You should not use any special characters like dollar symbol, hash, like that. You shouldn't use in variable declaration, but you can use underscore because underscores acts as a space in Python. Keywords are not allowed. Yeah, like if you write if equals to 300, the interpreter, if as a keyword, so it doesn't allow like that. Okay, if I write like this, there will Python doesn't show any error or like that. If I start with a number and then alphabet, then Python interpreter will give us an error called invalid decimal if literal means. Here also, in the next section, I will be discussing what are keywords, output statements, command lines, and types of data. So till then, bye.